Hello, everybody. Valerie Walton here at valeriewalton.com, coming to you live from the suburbs of Washington, D.C. And today we're getting into a very spicy topic here. This is something that is pretty hot, that is talked about so much in life, in general, as well as in home business building. So, if you are a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, if you are a course creator, if you are a coach, if you have any kind of business that you want to focus on finding people online, right? Marketing online in order to find the right customers for you, you definitely want to tune in to this video training today. All right. So today we're talking about, that there's actually something way better than multitasking that will get you more of what you want, the desired results in your business. All of that is coming up. All righty. So for those of you that are tuning in for the very first time, you've never seen me before, again, my name is Valerie Walton. You can always go here and check me out. I am a certified online business marketer, coach, and trainer, and I am so passionate about helping people to avoid a lot of the common mistakes that are made when it comes to starting a business, using the online space to be able to market that business so that you can actually find the right customers for your business and start making money. Like, hello, ain't that what we trying to do? Okay, let's do that. So, but it'll surprise you how many people are out here making so many mistakes and then wondering why they're not making money, right? Because those mistakes that they're making are costing them. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to jump right into this. Like I said, there's something that is way more effective than multitasking. So if you've ever thought that building your business through multitasking, trying to do a bunch of things, trying to wear all the hats in your business so that you don't have to pay anybody and you're trying to, build a business for free, kind of a mistake there, right? Or if you're not being specific when people ask you, what's your target audience? What's your customer avatar? And you're saying, oh, I want to help everybody who blank. Problem, right? And if you're doing that, especially thinking, well, see, Val, if I narrow it down and say I'm only looking for a specific kind of people, then that limits me from being able to help everybody and make all the money. That's the true reason why a lot of people do that. They're scared they're going to miss out on money. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You're actually missing out on money by staying vague like that, by not being clear and not being specific. And that's shocking news for a lot of folks. So I wanted to go into why. Okay. So first, like I said, there's something better than multitasking, and it's focusing on one thing. Now, I've seen posts all over social media about the fact, your average millionaire has 7 streams of income and all that. I am not saying don't have several streams of income. Val ain't never done said that. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, if you're trying to get yourself to that, if you're trying to get yourself to millionaire status, if you're trying to get yourself to multiple streams of income, if you're trying to, maybe you don't want to be in a 2 comma club and hit the 7 figures. Maybe you simply want to hit 6 figures, right? You're one of the folks that want to hit the illustrious $10,000 a month, right? Whatever the case may be. If you believe that it's important for you to create multiple income streams, let's make sure, I agree with that, you should, but let's make sure that what you're building are actually streams of income. Let's make sure income is actually flowing down the rivers of the income. Because what a lot of people are doing is they're trying to build a bunch of things at once. They're all over the place. And they're trying to build on a bunch of different platforms at once when they're not ready for that because they don't have the skill. It is really difficult to build a house on sand. Now, sand's more flexible. I can do, I can, walk on it easier and stuff, but I can't build on it. So yeah, you might feel like you're getting a lot of things done and you are spread out everywhere and you're doing this and you're doing that, but are you doing it to get you the result that you want? Are you making cash with it? If not, you don't have an income stream, honey. You got an income ditch. And if you keep on digging it, it's going to turn into a grave and there goes your business, RIP. Okay? We don't want that. We want to actually be able to grow. So, with that being said, okay. Oh, shoot. I got to turn this off. I didn't know this was on. Okay. With that being said, let's make sure that you've got the proper skills and tools to pay the bills, right? To generate income. Then, once you've got that skill down, you take the same skill and then you apply it to your next stream of income and the next one and the next one. But people don't try to do that. A lot of folks are like, I'm just going to get involved in a bunch of stuff I don't know nothing about and it better make money for me or I'm going to be angry and call it a scam. That right there, that's not rational thinking, right? We can't build businesses like that. That ain't going to work. Okay. So we need to focus on one thing. And I do believe in previous videos, I may have mentioned the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, if I'm not mistaken. And that book is definitely helpful. When you pause for a moment and think about the concepts, the philosophies that he brings up in that book, when you really stop for a moment and say, what if I actually did just focus on the one thing? What would that do for me in my life? What would that do for me in my business? When you start thinking about that and then you start applying the one thing principles, you will see yourself go much further. I'll share a story with you. Are you ready for the story? Sit down, grab your tea, honey. Let's go. Okay. So here's the story. When I first got started in home-based business, mind you, I came from being an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur. I got my first taste of entrepreneurship when I was 12. I started my own babysitting business then. I did that until I was about 14. And then I stopped because, hey, I'm a teenager. Hey, I'm in high school. Hey, it's time for me to have fun. I got to live, honey. I ain't got time to be, looking at hanging out with little kids. You know what I'm saying? Right. So then once I graduated high school, about a year after that, I just fell back into entrepreneurship. A job just didn't cut it for me. I was like, child, no, I'm not feeling this. I don't like having to get up or having to structure my life around my job. Like my job came first because I had to make money to pay the bills so I could live, I could thrive, right? Well, survive. I was not thriving at 18, okay? But just so I could, make ends meet and stuff. And so, to have to ask for permission to take a break and just get some breathing space, to have to ask for permission to go to the bathroom and let people know and check in just to go pee. You know what I'm saying? to have to ask, can I please have a few days off so that I can have a vacation and relax and do what I want to do with my time? I have to get permission from someone else to do with my time what I please. Like that, I didn't like it. There are some folks that like the structure, right? It helps them to stay more structured, more disciplined in their day-to-day life. That's cool. It wasn't for me. And so I'm sitting there. I had been a hairstylist for years. I had been a licensed stylist for almost 10 years. I had worked as an apprentice. I'd done a lot. I'll put it like that. And so I got into home-based business thinking, oh, piece of cake. Been there, done that. I've been an entrepreneur before. This is easy. What I didn't realize was by default, I had picked up some business skills that I didn't realize were skills, right? Because nobody told me how important they were. And I was just watching and kind of growing a skill set, not even realizing it. Crazy, right? So then when I tried to get into home business and we were consciously speaking of these concepts, I was like, I don't know how. Mindset block. Because I had already done it in a previous, in the past life of being a hairstylist and I didn't realize it. So for example, with sales, for me, hey Pia, what's going on? Good to see you. For me, I could easily sell hair care products to my clients. Easy. I could sell them $200 flat irons. I could sell them $30 shampoos with a $30 conditioner, child. I could sell them some special oils for their hair and scalp stimulation. I could do all of that. No problem. Never got an objection ever. Nobody ever said no to me, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this in home business. Then I got into home business and all I got was no's. I didn't get one sale the first year. 12 months straight, 365 days, all day, because I walked away from being a hairstylist and focused on growing a business. And I did it the whole, y'all, I was living off my savings because that's how easy I thought it was to grow a business, especially considering my background of being good in sales. See, I didn't realize it was a skill. I thought I was just a natural salesman. Wrong. And home business will teach you some lessons about yourself, child. Okay. And so I realized, no, I need to go back to the skills, back to basics, and paying attention to why people would buy from me and never said no to me. I had developed a skill, didn't realize it, and then denied the fact that I had the skill once I came into home business. It was ridiculous. Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, why did they buy from me? I'm going to tell you why they bought from me. One word, trust. They trusted me to offer them something that would actually be in their benefit. And why did they trust me? Because when we first came in and we had our consultation and they told me what they wanted, I gave them that. I did not try to talk them into something else, right? Unless it was absolutely necessary with my professional opinion or whatever, and they asked for that, right? But somebody comes in and says, I want a roller set. I gave them a roller set. Somebody came in and said, I want a 3-dimensional hair color. All right, I gave them that. Okay. So when it comes down to it, are you showing people that you actually care about their needs and their desires? See, I did that back then. I didn't realize I was doing it now. Okay. And I'm kind of going all into a whole other training, child. I could talk about that and make a whole training from that. But it's really important to do that. So anyway, let me skip ahead a little bit. And I'm sitting there trying to grow my business. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I need skills. So then I go and I try to pick up a bunch of skills at once. Okay, because I was going to market everywhere, child. I was going to market on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and create a blog. Bam. That way I could be on 5 platforms all at one time and bring in 5 ways that people can find me so that I can boost my streams of income. I had joined 2 network marketing companies because I was like, child, 2 streams of income. Here we go. Right? Big mistake. I didn't know what the hell I was doing in network marketing. I didn't make a dime from either one of those companies. Eventually, I had to drop one just out of sheer not being able to afford it anymore, the auto ship. Right? And close to being broke as a joke because I had blown through my savings because I thought it was only going to take me 2-3 months to grow a business and be profitable. And then 12 months later, $0, not a sale. So finally, I realized I needed to focus on one thing and stop trying to multitask, because my desire to multitask, I want you to pick this up. I want you to really pay attention to this. Hey, Iwana, you're just in time. My desire to multitask was deep down desperation. My desire to multitask my business, to try to get a bunch of people from a bunch of different places, it came from desperation. It came from a spirit of lack. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to find enough. And it also came from a desire to prove my self-worth to people. See, if you could see how hard I'm working on my business, maybe I'll earn your respect and you'll give me your business too, right? You'll patron my business. I wanted to show people, look how hard I work. This means I have value. That's not how people saw it. This feeling of wanting to be here, there, and everywhere, right? It also came from a twinge of greed and selfishness. I was not focused on how to serve the people back then. I was focused on where is enough people that I can make enough money to hit my income goals. It really wasn't about serving them back then. And when you stir all those ingredients up into the pot, child, recipe for disaster in business. And that's why I didn't make a dime that whole first year. That desperation, that selfishness, that spirit of lack, the need to prove that I'm worthy of people's business, and not in a good way, right? These days, not only do I show people in a good way, but I teach other people how to do the same. But back then, I did it out of feeling a sense of not being worthy. Now, how on earth was I going to prove to anybody I'm worthy when I myself didn't believe that? Do you see that? And that's where my desire to multitask was coming from, really. Now, when I made the shift and I decided to focus on one thing, that's when I started making some money. That's when I started to rank up in businesses and make some commissions and bonus checks and win a car and win a trip to Mexico and have a butler suite and all of that. That is when I started doing that. So if you have goals, I don't care how big or small you think they are, because that's all relative. You want to make 10,000 might be a big deal for you, might be a big dream. For me, I'm like, that's it. So it's all relative, right? Anyway, I finally realized I need guidance. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Why am I trying to figure this out on my own? Right? Could you imagine if your surgeon didn't go to med school and just tried to figure it out on his own because he didn't want to pay that money? He was just going to watch some YouTube videos and figure it out. He wasn't trying to have them schools take his money, child. You know, you wouldn't trust that surgeon because that surgeon doesn't show that they're serious. They're not dedicated. They're not committed. If they were, they would have put some skin in the game. They would have invested in themselves. They would have gone to school, real school, right? They would have gone to a med school and learned something from the experts, right? And walked in their footsteps. Now, how about you, though? Now I'm flipping it. What about you? I'm holding the mirror up to you. Are you the doctor that's trying to learn, the wannabe doctor that's trying to learn how to become a surgeon, all with free methods, no investment into yourself, trying to do a bunch of things, and all this mindset stuff going on below the surface too, bubbling up? Or are you the entrepreneur that is actually going to step up and invest into yourself, work on yourself every day, build your skill sets so that you can make money through helping people, serving people, which means if you got the skill set to be able to provide a solution to people's problems, you could do that in many ways. So any business that you are a part of, you'll be able to be profitable, and that your cash flow will be sustainable no matter what happens around you. That won't even matter, child. At the time the pandemic first broke out, everybody was starting to freak out a little bit. Everybody was starting to be furloughed, laid off. People's income went poof. My income, exponential growth. That's why I don't buy it. When people are sitting around talking about, oh Lord, the economy's bad. Maybe for you. Hello. So if you're trying to live a life like that, we really have to pay attention to where our focus is. We have to focus and stop multitasking. So let me share with you what happened to me. When I stopped trying to be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and have a blog, and I shut down the blog because I didn't even know how to blog. Child, I didn't. You gotta create a website, and then once the site's done, since it's a blog, you gotta be putting a blog post on a regular basis. And then I didn't know what I wanted to talk about because I didn't know who my target audience was, because I wanted to help everyone who wanted to make money online. Oh, child, it was terrible, child. Okay, so I got rid of that one. I got rid of YouTube. Some of y'all are watching me on YouTube now. I'm back. Hallelujah. I made it. Because I worked my way up to it. I had to work my way through the phases of business growth. I had to come to a realization that this is a process. This is a journey. I am not going to be able to just leap in to everything. I also had to realize I need to lean into my strengths and not focus on the weaknesses. And then try to overcompensate for that by trying to be on a bunch of platforms. So I got rid of the blog. I got rid of YouTube. I got rid of Twitter. Child, people be going buck wild on Twitter, child. I can't handle it. I don't think I'm mature enough for for Twitter, because it's crazy out there on Twitter, okay? Oh, wait, somebody on Twitter might be watching me too, because but it was getting wild back then. I was like, oh, Lord, let me get off of here, right? And I got off of Instagram completely as well. And I just focused on Facebook. And I focused on learning the Facebook marketing skills necessary to market my business in a professional way that at the same time was an authentic way. See, when I say professional, I'm not just talking about, oh, get dressed up in a suit and tie. See, that's being wrapped up in appearances. I want a person to be able to tell from my conviction and the value that I bring to the table that I treat this very seriously and it's a profession. Now, at the same time, I can have fun with it because that's who I am. If it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. If I don't want to do something these days, if I don't want to do something, I ain't doing it. And I will tell you, I don't want to do that. And I don't feel bad about telling people no. Right? Back in the day, you're told good girls don't say no. You want to be nice. You want to be polite. I can politely tell you no. Right? So it's those things. You pick the one thing. When I started to focus on Facebook marketing, business started to take off. When I started to focus on building one business first, one stream of income first, build the skill sets necessary to generate that income, bam, by the time I was ready to add on my next business venture, I was almost instantly in profit mode. $1,000 rolling in from a brand new income stream, over $1,000 from a brand new income stream my first month of doing it. And I had never done that kind of business before. But because I had developed the skills early on in the first business, when I started the second business, it took off because I had the skills. But those skills don't come cheap, and they definitely don't come free. When you find me on social media, I love connecting with you. I love to meet you. I love spending time with you, and I love pouring out as much value as I can into you, all for free. But what it's really going to take for you to be able to grow a business is more than just watching me here and there on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. What it's really going to take is the journey of being guided and allowing me to lead you through the steps that are proven to work. Because not only did it work for me, but you got to remember, in the past 5 years, I have helped over 4,000 entrepreneurs. I mean, come on. And I even have access for you to learn certain skills in just one weekend. The fundamental foundational skills that you'll need for any business, anytime, anywhere, you can learn it in one weekend, and it has a 100% success rate. Why wouldn't you work with me? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that to be arrogant. It's just logical, and it makes good business sense, right? So when you start looking at that, now, not only did I first focus on the one marketing strategy and build those skills, but then I also started to focus on a daily method of operation, just one. And I only did 4 steps a day. It only took me 1 to 2 hours a day to get it done. And by consistently doing it, that's how I was able to start growing my business, bringing in the cash flow, bringing in the income. So, although it's not easy to grow a business, it can be simple. And too many of us are making things too complicated. I made it complicated for myself trying to be on 5 platforms at once. I made it complicated for myself trying to be in 2 businesses that I didn't know anything about just because they seemed cool and seemed like it was a way to earn more money. I was not clear. I did not get laser focused on a target audience. That was back then, though. Thank God I made a decision to turn it around. And that's all it takes. It just takes one decision. You get to decide to get focused. You get to decide to do that. You get to decide to take all this extra crap off your plate. You don't have to eat it all. Take some of that crap off. It's not for you. It's not healthy to overeat. You know what I mean? So when you start focusing on the one thing, again, get crystal clear on that target audience. I've done so many training videos lately about target audience, your micro story, all of that good stuff. I have a group coaching program that I'm getting ready to roll out very soon. I'll probably be rolling it out around the same time that my website is getting launched, which is really soon. I don't know if you visited me over on my Facebook profile, but on the profile, my husband, who is a professional web designer and is doing my website, showed a little teaser for people to see. And I'm so excited about it. So if you wanted to get a glimpse of what it looked like, you got 2 options. You can run on over there to Facebook and look at my profile, or just get on Val's Victory VIP list by going to valeriewalton.com and getting on the email list. Okay. All right. So here's the next thing. Y'all know me. Not only do I like to teach you a little something, give you a few golden nuggets, but I also like to give you real world examples, right? And most of the time I talk about how marketing is like dating, which is true, right? It's all about relationships and building them properly so that they're healthy for both parties. But in this case, I want to just look at the examples around you. So I've got a few. Okay. Let's look at, say, some of these big companies, right? Let's look at something like Walmart. When you think of Walmart, they focus on one thing, right? And this is what I want you to do for your business. For your business, I want you to focus on one major problem that you solve. And I know you might be in a company that's got over 400 products, child. That's 400 solutions. That's great. That's great. But pick one. Pick one of the problems. Pick the biggest problem that you believe you can help people solve. How are you going to solve it? That's going to be through the business, through your products that you have, yes. But the solution is you. The solution is you. Because they need to connect with you to get access to the products. You are the solution. You can't be a solution if there ain't no problem. And it's just for everyone. If it's for everyone, then it's normal. If it's normal, it's not a problem. It's normal, right? So you can't try to focus on helping everybody and every problem. So let's use my example for network marketing. Okay. Let's say that I decided to join a company who sells health and wellness products. They sell a CBD line of products that helps with the immune system. Um, they sell essential oils that can help with aromatherapy. It can help with hair growth and scalp disorders. They sell weight loss products that are, healthy methods that aid and assist you in weight management, right? Let's say they offer all of that. Here's what most network marketers do. They say, I help any and everybody that loves health and wellness. First of all, any and everybody, you don't want any and everybody in your business. I'm going to tell you that right now. You don't want them in your business. You want the people that are serious about growing a business. You want the people that are going to be dedicated to growing their business. You're going to want the people that realize this is not a scam. So they're not going to treat it like a scam. It's funny to me that people say, I don't want to get involved in those scams, but I do want to make money tomorrow. I want to make money tomorrow doing something I know nothing about, have no skills for it, and I want like $2,000 by tomorrow. But I don't want to scam though. What the hell else is it going to be? It's either going to be a scam or the lottery. That's it, honey. That's all. That's all the options you get. Okay. Child, I'm about to fall over today. But you get me, right? You get me. Okay. I want to. Oh, yes. So make sure you go to the information on how to get on the list is right down here. So make sure you go to ValerieWalton.com. And right now, because my site has not been launched yet, it's under construction. The only thing that you're going to see on there right now is to get on that VIP list, which is my email list. Okay. So just enter your info there and you'll be on it. Okay. So, what was I saying, y'all? Child, I got lost in the sauce by everybody in the business. Okay. That's what it was. So not only that, but then you want to think about health and wellness. What do you think about when you hear the words health and wellness? Probably a lot of things. Health and wellness in terms of what? Fitness and working out. Health and wellness in terms of what? Eating right. So now we're thinking about food and diet. Health and wellness in terms of what? Medications and finding alternative herbal medications to prescription meds. Health and wellness in terms of like just stretching and yoga and more of the holistic health that helps you with not only your body but also your mind and your spirit. Like, what? It's such a wide, broad range. So again, if I were in a health and wellness business, I need to figure out what problem about health and wellness do I want to solve, because see, it's my business. I have control. I have that power. That's the whole purpose of you starting your business, is to regain control. Be back in the driver's seat of your life, using business as the vehicle to get you there. So if I were in a company like that had all those different things, maybe I want to offer the weight loss products. Maybe I think they're phenomenal. I want to give them that. Now I got to think about what people on earth that are looking to lose weight do I relate to? Well, me personally, I don't relate to the person that needs to lose 70, 80 pounds. I have never in my life been 70 pounds overweight. How the hell am I supposed to be able to understand that experience? I haven't had that. I've been nowhere near that. Right? I can't relate to that. And see, if I were to try to go out here on social media and say, hey, I can help you lose 70 pounds. And they're going to say, really? How'd you do it? How did you lose? Oh, me? Oh, I never had to lose 70 pounds. And they were like, well, you don't even understand what I'm going through. Bye. And they're gone. Because in their eyes, I'm a liar. In their eyes, they just lost trust in me. I am no longer trustworthy for them. because I'm not being real with them. I'm not being authentic. And their best interest is not my priority. My commission is. Otherwise, I wouldn't be out here trying to offer people a solution to a problem I ain't never had. I've got to relate to it. Now, is it possible? Is it possible for you to be able to sell stuff that you don't relate to? Sure, I guess. Like, I know this is fictional, but Al Bundy on Married with Children, right, used to sell, the actor's Ed O'Neill, but Al Bundy used to sell women's shoes. He doesn't wear women's shoes. He doesn't know, but he knew about it, right? So bare minimum, you have to have some knowledge, some expertise about it that you've developed over time. Okay. But it is so helpful, especially in home business, when you can actually relate, because you are the brand. So you're going to have to be authentic. You're going to have to be real with people. And when you're not being real with people, oh, trust and believe they know it. And that's why you're not making money. Okay. So we definitely have to focus in on that. So for me, yeah, I'm not going to focus on the 70-pound person, the 70-pound overweight person that needs to lose that. But I can go back to who I was before and think about, where did I have a problem where I felt like I needed to lose weight? For me personally, it was after I had my children, each one of my children. So I can focus on that maybe. That would be a great target audience. And now on my target, right? Bam, I got a bullseye. The bullseye is new moms looking to go back to their pre-baby weight. That is much more specific than health and wellness. Everybody. Right? Now I'm just looking at not only women in health and wellness, right? Not only women with an interest in health and wellness, but moms. And then not only moms, but new moms that just had babies. And not only new moms that just had babies, but new moms that just had babies who also want to lose that weight as soon as they can. Bam, bullseye. You see my target? So now, even though my focus, that target audience, is the new moms who are looking to go back to their pre-baby weight, I still have rings around the bullseye on my target. I could still attract people to me that don't hit the bullseye for me, but there's still a ring on the target. So I could still attract a woman who possibly never had kids before, but wants to lose weight. I could still attract somebody who is 70 pounds overweight, but I don't have to lie about my own experience to get them. Do you see that? Big difference. Because you'll start attracting people that really like your personality. They like the way that you deliver information to them, and they want to be where you are. So although I've never had to lose 70 pounds, somebody that's 70 pounds overweight that comes across me talking about weight loss products for moms will say, well, I'm not a mom, but I wonder if it could work for me. I should reach out. There's a difference. Okay? So when you start looking at that, think about where you were, the business that you're in right now. Think about where you were just before you found your business as the solution. So I'm not just talking about the demographic. When I say choose your target audience, choose your customer avatar, I am not just talking about, just pick age range, ethnicity, background, education. That's boring. That's just data. That's just statistics. I don't want that. I also want the psychographic, and more so than the demographic. So I want to know what values this person holds, what issues or challenges or experiences have led them to this point that, bam, here they are now with this problem that I help solve. You got to be able to relate. So why not think about where you were when you were in that position yourself? You see that? So look at your business And yes, it has all these different solutions. What is the one problem that you had that when you saw that your company had a solution to it, you said, oh, this is for me. I need that. What happened there? What's the story? Write it down. Think about it. Write it down. And then when you do that, right, when you're thinking about, okay, this is what was going on in my life that caused me to end up here where I had this problem. And then while I had this problem, this is how the solution came around to me. A friend suggested it, or I was looking it up online and I found this or whatever. Because more than likely, that's exactly how you're going to find your own target audience and start getting more customers. Okay, so it's that. Now, like I said, if you can focus on the one thing, right? So in that case, that example, I am a woman business owner who loves, my focus, my passion is to help new moms go back to their pre-baby weight as fast as possible, but in the healthiest way possible. Boom. Now that's just the tagline. It's not your micro story, but that's the tagline. Then, like I said, you want to start looking at some real world examples, because if there's anybody that comes across me, you don't believe me, you're like, nah, because big name companies, they offer everything. Not in the beginning. So like I said, if we looked at a company like, say, Walmart, what are they known for? What's their slogan? Right? Isn't their slogan save money, live better? So although they have a lot of products in their store, they've got clothes, they got furniture, they got electronics, they got toys, they got a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of solutions to problems. But the main problem that every product in their store helps them to solve is the problem of spending too much. And when people spend too much, it's hard for them to live. So Walmart said, the one thing we're going to focus on is offering people the products they need that helps them save money so that they live better. That's the one thing. And that's what they became known for. That's their brand. And again, your brand is who you say you are and how your audience perceives you in alignment. In other words, who you say you are is your identity, and who people believe you are when they see you, their perception of you, is your reputation. So it's your identity and your reputation in alignment. If you say that you help people with weight loss, when people come across you, do they view you as somebody who's helpful when it comes to that? Or do they view you as a predator who's only running around chasing people for their money? Big difference, right? So that's something you have to pay attention to. If Walmart wasn't enough for you as the one thing, how about Starbucks? The minute you think the word Starbucks, what are you thinking? Probably coffee. I know Starbucks offers way more than coffee. They got teas, they got sandwiches, they got pastries. I know that. But they started with one. They started with focusing on having quality coffee. And then they expanded. See, too many of us want to expand and we ain't start nowhere. Starbucks started somewhere and then expanded. Another company that did that, Tesla, started with one car and then expanded to their fleet of cars now. Too many of us want the harvest before we sowed the seed. We got to stop doing that. We got to sow the seed. We got to put in the work to nurture that seed so that it grows into the harvest that we want. Too many people don't want to sit around and wait for the growth. They want that microwave result. You're not going to get it. I'm sorry. Not if you want a sustainable business. You can try to microwave your results if you want to. It's not going to last. And too many people find that out too late. Okay. If you want another example, how about Mercedes-Benz? right? You go look up Mercedes-Benz. They say they combine luxury with performance. That's what I think of when I think of somebody tell me they drive a Mercedes. I'm like, oh, luxury, right? Nice quality car, but luxurious, right? So yeah, performance and luxury. I could totally agree with that, right? Now here's something else about these stores. No matter what their price point is, we go buy it. And we buy it because we trust their brand. We trust the brand because their identity and their reputation is in alignment. If I go and check reviews, I mean, yeah, you're going to see negative reviews for everybody. But if I go and check reviews, I'm going to find a much more overwhelming supply of positive reviews than negative, meaning who they say they are and who people say they are match. They got a good brand, so we trust it. They got a good brand, so it lasts. Are you going to last with your brand? Do people trust you? Here's something else about why people trust them. As a good brand, another thing you have to do is be consistent. Any good relationship is consistent. That's why it's good. If I have a good relationship with my kids, it's because I spend time with them consistently. We talk consistently. And when we talk, it's meaningful conversation consistently. If you have a strong marriage, it's not because you got married one day and then you stopped talking for 20 years. There's no way that you've got something strong like that. It's consistent growth and the choice to love every day and the choice to stay committed and loyal every day. It's growing together, building together. Are you showing up every day, being consistent for the people that you want loyalty back from? Because you ain't going to get loyalty from them if you can't be loyal first. You're the company, so they need to know that you're a company they can trust. And this is why you got to focus on the one thing. Because they also can't be confused. They need to be crystal clear on who you say you are, what you're about. Right? So it's all of that stuff. All right. So that's pretty much it. Hey, no, this is not a replay. I'm still live for right now. And unfortunately, I see Facebook user, but I don't see anything there. So before I go, I'm going to answer this question. I was going to wrap it up, but I saw this question. So, hey, Pia asked me, can I give an example for financial literacy and money management services? Okay. First of all, those are two problems. I'd pick one to focus on. Right. So even though those are the services that are provided, which one problem do you want to focus on right now that you can relate to? Okay. Do you want to focus on the financial literacy or do you want to focus on money management? Right. And just to be clear, I'm not saying you need an identity and a brand and that equals alignment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that your identity and your reputation creates a brand. And it's either going to be a good brand or a bad brand. What makes it a bad brand is if your identity and your reputation are not in alignment. And you're saying you're one thing, but word on the street is you something else. Bad brand. Example of that, Whole Foods. Whole Foods say, oh, we bring you quality food and it's affordable. And people have started making memes about Whole Foods and they call it Whole Paycheck. That's what they started naming the store. See, that's not in alignment. Bad brand. Am I saying it's a bad company? No. I'm just saying their branding is way off. They got to change their marketing around to fix that before it's too late. Okay. Good brand, something like Kleenex. That's a great brand because who they say they are and who people say they are fits in alignment so well that now Kleenex is what we call any facial tissue, even if it wasn't made by the Kleenex company, the Kleenex brand. That's how good they are that you don't even think about the names of any other face tissue. You just call them all Kleenex. Can you pass me a Kleenex? Right? That's a really good brand. Okay. All right. So with the financial literacy, money management, okay, you said you want to focus on literacy. Okay. So with financial literacy, first of all, you got to get clear, because one thing that you don't want to do is use inside terminology for people that are on the outside that you're trying to bring inside, right? So when you say financial literacy, what specifically do you mean about that? What is the problem that people have when it comes to financial literacy, and what is financial literacy to you? Because if you're clear on that, then as you start putting out content about it, when people come across it, they're going to be like, oh, okay, so based on what she's saying is financial literacy, yes, that's what I have a problem with, and that's what I need help with. Oh, she knows how to fix that problem? Cool, I'm connecting with her. So what do you mean by that? Financial literacy, and also what problem about financial literacy are you trying to help people with? Because once I have that answer, we're going to take it up a notch. We're going to go next level. Right. And if you're like, I wanna, and you want to be added to that victory VIP list, please make sure that you look over here. Go to valeriewalton.com right there. Okay. And you can go and add yourself to the victory VIP list. That is my email list where I keep people up to date, and I give them even more in depth, even more tips than what you're getting here online for free. Oh my God. It's crazy. It's crazy good though. So make sure you get on there. All right. So I'm not seeing, let me scroll. Maybe I missed it. People have a fear of money. What people? What people have a fear of money? Because, see, having a fear of money doesn't necessarily mean that they are financially illiterate. And being financially illiterate doesn't necessarily mean they have a fear of money. So you see how there's a disconnect there? So since that's who you want to help, is people that have a fear of money. What people? Right? So you're saying how to manage their money. See, that was two different things, right? You first, we were talking about financial literacy and money management services, and I asked you to pick one. Now you're going from wanting to help with literacy to wanting to help people manage their money. Which one? Right? Because we got to get clear. We got to pick just one problem for now. And I know that you offer both, but we have to pick one. Because if we're not clear with one specific thing, like just like with Starbucks started off with a solution for people who are like coffee connoisseurs, right? People that really enjoy quality coffee. They like going to the cafes, just like in, Italy or France. They were looking for that. So Starbucks gave them that. Then they started introducing teas and pastries and sandwiches, right? So now today, Starbucks has all of those as solutions, but they started with one, and they're still known for the one more so than anything else, right? So what one thing more so than anything else in your business that you provide do you want to focus on right now? And that's the thing to think about. Okay. So Pia, I want you to really consider what is the specific problem that you want to help them with, right? Are you trying to help them get over a fear of having money, or are you trying to help them with managing the money that they've got? And again, we still have to identify what people. We can't just say people, right? Because we need a more specific target audience. Are you trying to help women? Are you trying to help moms? Are you trying to help wives, stay at home wives or moms, housewives? Like, who exactly would that be? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Just ponder over it today. We can always come back tomorrow and possibly do a part 2 to discuss this further, so that we can go deeper with this. Now, you guys, this is also why I'm going to be launching the group coaching program, because although Pia and I are talking right now, we're just talking right now, this is probably benefiting you too. So although I do have a one-on-one coaching program that I will be relaunching, I'm starting with the group. I'm starting with the group because I feel like there's so much power in learning together and growing together as entrepreneurs. I want you to feel the community, the support that I'm creating in my tribe, my Profitpreneur tribe. I really want you to feel the confidence in knowing that you're supported and that you have a safe place to go to ask questions that will also benefit other people right on time. Okay. So keep a lookout for that. But in order for you to get first look and to get access to be one of the first people in my group coaching program, the Profitpreneur, you're going to have to go over here, ValerieWalton.com, and get on my VIP email list. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up today. But Pia, I got you. You got to come back here tomorrow on time. Same Profitpreneur time, same Profitpreneur channel, live at 5. Take care, you guys. Oh, and if you have any questions yourself that maybe you didn't get a chance, or you felt like you didn't get a chance to put it in the group, in the chat while I was here live, you can either still put it in the chat in the replay, or you can find me on Facebook. That is my primary platform. Find me on Facebook and send me a private message letting me know, hey, I got this question. Can you create some content for me about that? Can you do a training on your live broadcast about that? And I will. All right. So thank you guys so much once again. Cannot wait to see you back here live at 5.